How many of you guys won 5 of your last 8? People have talked about the Charlotte game and whatever other game was right there with the losses, but do you guys feel like you're making pretty big strides in terms of cleaning up some of the stuff that you guys struggled with at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we're just getting in the groove. We're understanding how to play with one another, and we're putting in the work on a day in and day out basis. Coach is preaching what he got to preach for us to turn that chapter as a team and as a ball club. And it's been great so far, but we just got to stay level-headed and keep working and just stay on this path that we're on since the new year.
It looked like there was a real focus on being the team that kind of hit first tonight. Is that the case?
Yeah, definitely. Feel like last game we came out there and we just wasn't ourselves and we didn't have no pride out there. So tonight we wanted to not come out like that. We know every team watches every game in the league, so we wanted to come out, make sure we was the aggressive, make sure we hit first, and just give ourselves a chance from start to finish.
What is it between games that you coming out with the focus in that second game after a win like this? What is it? Is it just not being focused? Is it what exactly does that look like?
I think for me personally is like from the beginning of the season, you got to find that rhythm within whatever you do, within how you sleep, how you eat, and how you just approach the game. And whatever rhythm you find that works for you and you feel like your body feels good and your mental feels good, you just stick with that no matter how you're playing on the court. So if it's like you got to wake up, eat at a certain time, get your shots up at a certain time, just do everything very to the time. I mean, I think time is value. So when I first got in the league, I mean, they preached to me about time is value and just being so punctual on everything that you do on a day in and day out basis, and just live by the phrase a penny a day. So if you collect a penny a day and you just go all through the year like that, you're gonna have a good year. It's gonna, because there's a lot of ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. It's a lot of injuries. It's a lot of good games, bad games. And if you know that your work got to stay consistent and everything off the court is consistent as well, you're taking care of your body and your mental, then I feel like you're gonna have a good year.
To what extent do you feel like when you put these pieces together that you guys can continue to sustain it? Because we've seen little spurts here and there, but to keep it going for, I guess Coach kind of called them little victories to make it turn into winning.
It's hard. It's hard because, I mean, you come out, we play like this, and then you come out and then you have a terrible game. So it's hard. I mean, and for us being a young team, I feel like guys in the locker room just got to understand it's a long year. It's the same way we go out there and we're up the first and second quarter, and then some of the games we lose in the third and fourth. That's the same way the year is. It's a long year. It's a lot of ups and downs. And you just got to stay with it and stay mentally stable and just stay on a straight line. Don't ever let yourself waver, and don't let adversity change who you are as a person.
I believe you had 6 dunks tonight. Some of those were created just, putbacks or attacking the lane, and then you had a few in the first half where it was a transition. And it's like your teammates making the point to get you the ball. Just, you've been one of the leaders in steals this season. How does it feel to, your teammates make a point to reward you with those open looks when you're coming down the court?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to go out there, get out in the break. I feel like first half of the season we didn't get out a lot in the break, but that's because our defense wasn't as good and we wasn't hitting first, like he said. But now that we're hitting first and we're creating those opportunities to get out on the break is great. I'm just trying to show guys I still got a little bit of legs. A bunch of guys been texting me and asking me if I'm going back in the dunk contest, and I always tell them I'm too old now. It's just joking. So I'm just trying to toy with them and know I'm like, if it's an opportunity and if it's not one to miss, then I definitely still got it for sure.
Will you?
If it's not one to miss, I'll definitely do it. You can read between those lines.
Hamidou, when it comes to the mask, are you going to wear that the rest of this year and then reevaluate it if you'll need it next year, or do you think it could be like a career thing?
I don't have plans on wearing a mask for the rest of the year or for the rest of my
Also, it
career.
can come off before the end of this year.
God willing.
Okay.
I mean, I've been riding the wave a little bit, but hopefully when I get the scan and stuff, my face is good and I'm able to take it off, but I'm just kind of riding the wave right now.
Okay. How does it feel during the game? Is it just like hot?
Yeah, it's hot, sticky, getting a little bit acne, so I don't know if I keep that.
Well, that's headband Sadiq. You might be mask comic.
Yeah, it might be. So if you see the mask come off for a couple games, it don't work. It's come right back on.
Just wear it
For
during the
sure.
press conference.
Yeah, we're during press conference with the mask on. For sure.
Thank
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Javi.
you.
It's mentioned a few times about the need to be more physical. Did you feel like you guys were the team that really kind of took it to the other team tonight?
Yeah, I think from the jump, I've said it in the past. We've had opportunities to hit the team first, and we came out lackadaisical. But I think tonight our energy was where it needed to be, starting the first quarter and the third quarter, and it showed in the outcome of the game.
Trey, we talk in a lot of like hyperboles after wins, but in terms of just the discipline you guys play with for the full 48 minutes, is this up there, do you think, in terms of performances for you guys? There was really no lulls. Anything that you guys have had struggles with was kind of rectified this one?
No, it was a good game for us. They went on a couple of runs, but we withstand it, and we stayed together and we kept our heads down, kept going. Games in the past we might have laid down or let the team take the lead or whatever, but we stayed with it tonight and we played well.
I think this is 5 wins in the last 8 games. Does it feel like something is starting to come together where you're not having those lows, you're not having those issues, but just in these past couple of weeks, you feel something different?
Yeah, I think our energy has been better in the games that we've won. I think the games that we've dropped, our energy level has been low. We've been lackadaisical. Like I said, to start the first and third. So I think those games that we've won, we've been upbeat, we've been playing well together, we've been defensive minded, and that showed tonight.
The shot that Key hit out of that Toronto time out there, where they just cut it to 8. Have you seen Cade? He seems to be able to, in big moments, kind of rare for a rookie to be able to rise to the occasion. Is that, in your experience, is that unusual for a rookie?
I'm in the gym every day, and I see Cade put the work in. And I think, when it comes down to it, he's doing it every day, so it's just second nature to him. He's been playing very well since he's been with us. And like he says, it's rare to see a rookie with that kind of composure down the stretch. And kudos to him for doing that and being confident in himself.
Thank you.
Dwane, I know we talk a lot in hyperbole after wins, but in terms of how disciplined and focused your team was throughout 48, does that kind of stand out to you as the key is why you guys won?
It is. It was good bounce back, James, and that's what I said before the game. Tonight is going to determine a little bit of our backbone and see who we are. Even being a young team, I thought we bounced back with the proper approach, focus, energy. We only turned the ball over 8 times compared to 18 for 24 points in the Chicago game. So that was what I was looking for. If we had just gotten that growth, that would have been great, a great improvement someone asked before the game, what we're looking for. So we have to take little victories, and if you do those things, the winning will take care of itself.
So obviously 5 wins in 8 games, and just looking at all the adversity the team's dealt with. Obviously Jeremy and Kelly are still out. Frank's still out with health and safety protocol. Just to see this team start to figure it out. Just as a coach, are you feeling a little proud right now to see this team?
We got to do it multiple games, though. I mean, I'm a believer, but we got to build that consistency. I'm seeing some things that are continuing to grow, but now we got to put it together. We got to put it together on the road. Got to put it together in back-to-backs. So we can't be satisfied and think we've arrived or gotten to that level. We still have some growth to go with our turnovers, decisions. Who do I rotate to? Who do I not rotate to down the stretch? And so all those little things are growth. And but again, I'm proud of the way the guys they're trying, they're working. Like I said the other night in Chicago, I thought that was a scheduling butt whooping with 46 points. But tonight, I thought our guys bounced back with the proper approach.
You talked about playing with force and being aggressive. You talked about wanting to be more physical, but tonight past the ice.
We did, because we're undersized every game. I mean, we're small, and Trey Lyles for what he did at his position for 21 points, and I don't know how many rebounds, 7 rebounds. I thought he did a yeoman job. Here's a guy that's a 4-man that's in there battling with 3 7-footers, and he did an excellent job in there mixing it up. They sometimes had 2 people boxing him out, and that allowed Hami or Josh to come in and get a rebound. So I was really proud of the way Trey played tonight.
When we talked before the game, you talked about the practice you had leading up to this game and how inspired the guys was and they were in the energy. Who was the catalyst on the team that kind of led the charge and making sure that you guys responded from that loss on Tuesday?
Well, again, I think it was a little bit of everybody. you know, K is prideful. I think all of our guys are prideful. When you get, you know, spanked the way we got spanked in Chicago, you better come out with some pride. And, you know, I think it was a little bit of everybody, but tonight proved that everybody was involved and took it personally. And I thought, you know, Toronto's an excellent one-on-one team. And I think everybody in their position guard their yard, stay ball you basket. And that's what was my major concern, because once you get off their body and they get an angle, now they're laying it up. Now here comes the troops in for offensive rebound. They're an elite offensive rebounding team. And I thought we held our own.
I think that's a big reason why Van Vliet just couldn't get going. Is it also a part of you that thinks, hey, I know this team better than anybody, and that's why we can kind of have their number?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I know the play calls. I know some tendencies, but again, you know, I should know every team in the league, and I feel like I do. But you know, they're an excellent team. They're going to keep going, and so. But it was, you know, it's one of those things where I'm proud of our guys, just the way we bounced back. If we had played Timbuktu tonight, it'd been the same thing.
Yeah, when Toronto called timeout, they just cut it to 8. They scored. Then they scored to go 10. He came down at that 3. Was that when in the timeout? Was that play call? Did you draw that up?
Yes, we did at that time, and they were making a run, and that's where I was proud of our team, the way we stopped that run and came out with the right approach, because they were trying to go at us and attack us, and I thought we bounced. That was where we really made up our mind and we were locked in and focused and contained the lead.
It's been tough these past 2 years and the rebuild and everything else, but 5 straight wins over Toronto. Can you smile inside a little bit?
No, not really, because that's way in my rearview mirror. I mean, they're a good team, good organization. I have no real feelings. I mean, I'd rather have anybody. 5 wins against Charlotte, 5 wins against New York, but no, not at all. There's no personal vendettas against that team. I love Fred. He's like a son. Pascal, watched those kids, helped them grow, brought them into the league, met every day with OG when he was a rookie, started him when he was a rookie. So all those kids are like sons. And so it you know, I don't find joy in beating them. I will hopefully Fred and Pascal makes the all-star team. So again, it's part of the business, getting fired. Some days Tom's gonna walk in and say, hey, you're out of here. And then I'll thank him, shake his hand, and go down the road. So it's part of it. I've never sit around worried about, you know, where I've been. When the rearview mirror, I try to look forward.
On Killian, we talked about him finding the balance between getting all the way to the rim and then taking that short mid-range shot. Tonight, all 5 of his points were a result of him getting to the rim. He had a free throw, and then he had the dunk and the layup at the end. Is that something you'll see him build on going forward?
Always. And again, that's you know, hopefully we understand. I never tell a kid not to take a mid-range shot. Never. I mean, that's not, we have a number. We get up around 20, 25. We're doing exactly what the defense wants you to do. And you keep it around a certain number we have. That's a great shot. You know, it's a tough shot. But but again, and he's doing a good job of not just settling for that, getting to the rim sometimes going for the runner. But there's not a shot we have that we tell players never to take. And that's the biggest misnomer about a shot spectrum that I think is totally misunderstood.
When Sadiq and Hami were carrying the team with everybody who's out with COVID, one thing we talked about was how they would carry over once everybody got back. Have you been happy with how they've integrated themselves and kind of staying and playing true to how they've played prior to everybody going out with COVID?
No, one more time with that, Jay.
Are you pleased with how they've kind of picked up where they left off before everybody got COVID and doing what you asked of them and what you expected them?
You're the guys that didn't catch COVID.
Yeah, well, Sadiq and Hami specifically. Yeah.
No, everyone is blended in and blending in. And I'm proud. You know, I was worried about conditioning, coming back from COVID. It's tough, you know, whether it's mentally or physically to bounce back from that, being out that many days, being away from the team. So that I was concerned about that as much as whether Hami or Sadiq would, you know, fit into that role. And again, they're pros. Their game is what it is, and they played within that role once everyone was out. I don't think anybody got out of character. Probably got more touches or more opportunities, but they didn't do anything outside what their role is offensively and defensively.
Thanks,
Thank you. All right.
Coach.